Today we're holding the first rabies clinic, free rabies clinic that Irvington Township has had in over 20 years. So we have had an overwhelming response. So by the end of today we'll be vaccinating over 100 pets within the township as well as licensing them.
We wanted to educate you a little bit more about the disease rabies. I got into veterinary medicine because I wanted to help more animals, and part of it is helping folks to be responsible pet owners by working with the shelters and the low-cost vaccine clinics to help folks, no matter what their economic status, be able to take proper care of their pets.
I'm definitely a pet lover. You know, I have pets of my own, and we know that as a health department there's a lot that we can do, and we can probably do more. We can do more than one individual resident, so we certainly want to do our part within this urban setting. If we're not being proactive, there's that likelihood that we can, begin to develop an issue. So we want to make sure that we're doing our part to make Irvington healthy and safe for all residents.
Good morning, how are you today?
So when the residents come in, they first come to the registration table. We pre-registered quite a few residents, and once they register, they fill out all of their paperwork for licensure and also a rabies certificate, and then they go and they visit Dr. Dashfield, who is the resident veterinarian for today.
Wow, you're very sweet. Especially for a little calico. Sometimes they have attitudes.
Let me tell you, they get mean.
And they obtain their vaccination.
I just need your tushy for 2 seconds. Hi, Shadow. Okay, I'm just going to have you hold his harness a minute so it doesn't run away on you. Yay, Shadow, that was it. Okay, buddy. There we go. Oh, here for the tushy rubs. Oh, good boy. Yay, Rocco, all done. Good boy.
And they conclude the process by receiving their license as well as the completed rabies certification.
Now we just need to finish up all your paperwork.
Okay.
You got proof you got the shot.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise it doesn't do you any good, right?
And then they're done. They get their food and then they get to go home. And so far everybody's been leaving very happy.
Rabies is a viral disease that can be spread primarily by raccoons in New Jersey, but occasionally by bats. And it is a very fatal disease that both animals and people can get. So it's very important as a responsible pet owner that you keep your animals up to date on their rabies vaccines. And we are offering now opportunities to get those rabies vaccines free for citizens of Irvington who get their pets licensed.
I met a couple that came to schedule an appointment, and they were telling me about when they were both employed, they had multiple cats, and then the husband lost his job. And since then, they've been really struggling with taking care of them. So you'll see we're also delivering or distributing food because the vaccination itself isn't expensive, however, vet fees are. So they weren't able to manage all of the pets that they cared for and loved within their home. So they were extremely grateful that we were providing the service, and there's been a lot of expressions of gratitude from the residents who've come because they've expressed similar sentiments that it was really hard for them to manage the vet fees. So here, it's free. So they get to sit down with the vet, they get to ask questions, they receive a vaccination, and they're also receiving free food.
I appreciate the fact that the Township of Irvington is doing something nice for the community, a preventative measure as far as rabies is concerned for dogs. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm glad I could participate.
You're very privileged to live in Irvington, actually, because you have a lot of low-cost options available to you in this area. You have Liberty Humane in Jersey City that does low-cost wellness programs. You have Associated Humane in Newark that does low-cost programs. And you have People for Animals who does low-cost spay-neuter. So you have a lot of options. So really, no matter what your economic status, there's probably a facility that can help you to spay and neuter your pets, get your routine vaccines, distemper, kennel cough vaccines, and then now we have these free options for you for getting your rabies vaccines.
We started licensing in the health department as of July 1st. You can get vaccines anywhere, any vet. You can go outside of town, but as far as the licensing, you get that done here with us.
Many years ago, I never knew we had to get a license for a pet. But now that I see the reason for it now, I understand the reason, I agree with the reason. I called up and made the appointment to come to the baby shop and to register, for a license. She was experienced in the way she tilted the cage, giving the back, and she just get vaccinated.
Do me a great favor. Take good care of your pets, and please get your pet vaccinated.
We're here to serve the residents of Irvington.